one of the articles that really jumped out at me, and just for the people who are listening, Professor Sam Vaknin is the author of many, many resources, but one of the books is Malignant Self-Love, Narcissism Revisited, as well as many other books and ebooks on the topic of psychology. He actually says that he is a diagnosed narcissist. He has had a number of different resources that he talks about, but he deeply understands this topic. And one of the articles that really jumped out at me was what a narcissist really thinks of you. And I just thought this was so fascinating because I think that this really is so interesting to me how they see you, and that you really shed light on what you call the 4 S's, and how a narcissist is formed, and that they come from, it comes really more from the mother, and how you see them as weak. And because I always say the narcissist is more afraid of you than you are of them, and how a narcissist is formed and the whole thing. And so I really want to start there. But then I have so many other things that I want to talk to you about, but I really want to start there, and, kind of how a narcissist sees the other person. So if you could start with that, I would love for you to kind of share.
Well, that one is a short one. The short answer, he doesn't. Simply.
Fed up with narcissists walking all over you? Sick of everyone believing their lies while you're paying through the nose in attorney's fees? What if you could hold all the cards for a change? Hey, I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm a top 1% trial attorney, a USA Today bestselling author, and I've spent my entire career helping people slay narcissists in negotiations, most recently through my proven slay method. What if your suffering could become your superpower? Imagine turning all that pain into power, not just for you, but for others too. This is your chance to take back control. You can finally win. Become a high conflict negotiation certified coach. Help others while transforming your own life, and do good for the world. This is your chance. Go to RebeccaZung.com/apply, and I'll show you how to turn the tables for good starting today.
The narcissist is incapable of perceiving other people as separate to him and as external. What narcissists do, they convert other people, especially people who might be significant. I call these people insignificant others. They convert other people who might contribute somehow. They could contribute narcissistic supply or sex or services or safety or whatever. When a narcissist has reached a conclusion that you can do something for him or for her, half of all narcissists today are women, by the way, which is a major development. Less than 20% of narcissists in the 1970s were women. And now half of them are women. Anyhow, when a narcissist comes across someone he thinks might be of use, in whatever way, what the narcissist does, he converts that person into an internal object. There is a representation, a snapshot, an avatar inside the narcissist's mind that represents you. From that moment on, the narcissist continues to interact with that representation, with that snapshot, not with you. He is incapable of perceiving you as external, separate, autonomous, agentic, independent, with your own wishes and hopes and dreams and plans and decisions and emotions and cognitions. All these are threats.
Have you ever met somebody, they started off to be the most charming, charismatic person you've ever met in your life, then they turned out to be your worst nightmare, and then when you go to negotiate with them, they're a living hell? Well, I developed something called the SLAY method of negotiating with narcissists, and it has helped tens of thousands of people in more than 150 countries win, go from feeling drained and defeated to getting the outcomes they want. And the reason why it works is because I spent more than 20 years studying narcissism as a trial attorney, and now I'm here to help you win too, and also take your suffering and turn it into your superpower. Take your pain and turn it into profit, peace, and purpose as a highly specialized high conflict negotiation coach. If you want to learn how to do it, then just go to RebeccaZung.com/apply and I will show you how.
Any hint of autonomy and independence is a threat. So the narcissist absolutely is compelled, it's a compulsion, is compelled to convert you into a figment of his imagination, an element in it, within his own internal landscape. Mm-hmm. That way, in his mind, in his delusional, distorted mind, he has acquired control over you. Now that you're an internalized object, he controls you 100%. He is unlikely to be surprised by you. You are unlikely to betray him or abandon him, and so on and so forth, because you're inside his mind. You're a captive. You're hostage. So you're an extension of the narcissist, a tool, an instrument. You're objectified totally, and so on. He doesn't see you. That's precisely the issue. What the narcissist does, he converts you initially within a process known as the shared fantasy. It's not my discovery. It's someone by the name of Sander in 1989. Within the process of the shared fantasy, the narcissist first converts you into a maternal figure. By the way, this has nothing to do with your genitalia. The narcissist converts everyone into a maternal figure. His best friends, her husband, everyone becomes a maternal figure. And then, in order for you to qualify as a maternal figure, you have to prove to the narcissist that you are a good surrogate mother substitute. You have to love the narcissist unconditionally. He tests you. He abuses you in order to test you. Will you still love me despite everything? And then he expects you to provide him with 2 out of the 4 S's. The 4 S's are sex, services, supply, sadistic or narcissistic, and safety, your mere presence. If you provide him with 2 out of the 4, you qualify to become a new mother. And then you become a mother. He never sees you. He never ever sees you. He idealizes you at the beginning. Then you become a mother. Then you become a service provider. Then you become a body to masturbate with. I mean, he never sees you. You're a possession. You're an object, indistinguishable from let's say, a refrigerator or a smartphone. And he's equally attached to you as he is to his smartphone. Actually, I've just misled you. He's much more attached to his smartphone than to you. So there's no process called cathexis. There's no emotional investment. Everything happens in the narcissist's mind. There's a theater production going on inside the narcissist's head, in his mind. And you are a prop, like a theater prop. You just happen to be there. So it was a bit of a long answer because people can't wrap their minds around this. They can't accept this. They say, oh, I've been chosen because I'm special. I'm kind, I'm generous, I'm empathic. That's why the narcissist chose me. The narcissist wouldn't recognize empathy and kindness if they fell on his head. And he couldn't care less who you are. He couldn't care less who you are. You are fungible. You're replaceable. You're interchangeable. The proof of this is in the pudding. When the narcissist dumps you the next day with someone else. The alacrity is breathtaking. So you're nothing. You're simple. I don't know what else to say. So the narcissist doesn't see you. Even the language betrays us. Even the language betrays us because we keep saying the narcissist sees you as, whereas the narcissist never sees you.
Making that transition between summer and fall is always a crazy thing. And that's why I love having a leather jacket, like my gorgeous one from Quince. And they have timeless and high quality items, which I love. And they don't blow my budget, which I also love. They have cashmere sweaters and washable silk tops. And everything is like 50 to 80% less than other brands, which I also love. They cut out the middleman, they pass the savings on to us, which is also amazing. It's safe and ethical, which I also love. I really love my brown leather jacket from them. It's super stylish and it's high quality. Just love that. So make switching seasons a breeze with Quince's high quality closet essentials. Go to quince.com/negotiate for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/negotiate to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/negotiate.
I mean, it's frightening, but they do this push-pull thing because as soon as you start to try to leave, right, and you start to say, that's it, I'm done, because you get all the way to the edge. And then they do try to pull you back in because they don't want to see those S's leave. So they do know what to say. And I always say everything they do is a manipulation. Everything they do is a manipulation. And they're very, very good at knowing how to mirror you, how to say exactly what they need to say to pull you back in to their fold. Right?
Yeah. In both narcissism and in borderline personality organization, for example, borderline personality disorder, we have something called approach avoidance repetition compulsion. The narcissist and the borderline more so than the narcissist. And many, many narcissists are actually borderline as well as narcissists. This is a very common comorbidity. So narcissists approach you, and they have to be the ones who discard you and dump you. They have to be the ones who devalue you. They have to be the ones who break up with you and end the relationship. They must be the ones because they're embedded in something called the shared fantasy. And the shared fantasy is a highly choreographed reenactment of the narcissist's relationship with his mother. And the narcissist needs to get rid of you in order to resolve early childhood conflicts with his mother. If you are the one who is doing the discarding, if you are the one who is initiating the breakup, you are actually undermining the integrity and the longevity of the shared fantasy. And the narcissist has to lure you back in order to finish the movie the way it should be finished, in order to go through the motions and the almost automatic rituals that are involved in the shared fantasy. You have to be there. As I said, safety, presence. Your presence is crucial. Your presence is you're a prop, but it's crucial. So the narcissist cannot allow you to walk away. And if you do, he engages in something called hoovering.
What if you could just take a shot and lose all the weight you wanted to? I know for me, a few years ago, I was dealing with thyroid issues, menopause issues, autoimmune issues, all the things, and I gained a bunch of weight and I lost it all, but it took forever. And I wish that something like Robody had been around back then to help me lose the weight. But now you get the benefit of it because Robody is now around to help you lose weight. It's just one shot a week. And combined with a healthy lifestyle, you can lose 15 to 20% of your weight in a year on average and actually keep it off. They've helped more than 200,000 people so far, and they help you even with support, with getting the medication through your insurance and everything that you need so that you can actually lose the weight. That means that it's such a great opportunity for you now. So average weight loss is 15 to 20% in a year with a healthy lifestyle change, and BMI and other eligibility criteria apply. Go to ro.co/Rebecca. Sign up today and you'll pay just $99 a month for your first month and $145 a month after that. And medication costs are separate. That's ro.co/Rebecca.
He tries to hoover you. Another comment I would like to make about what you said that narcissists are Machiavellian. In other words, they're manipulative. Yes, but they're Machiavellian and manipulative, unlike the psychopath. The psychopath is goal-oriented. The psychopath would manipulate you in order to obtain goals. The narcissist truly believes his own nonsense. He truly believes his promises. He is immersed in the shared fantasy. He's delusional. Many scholars, myself included, believe that narcissists are psychotic, in effect. They can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality. They have what we call impaired reality testing. So when the narcissist embarks on a shared fantasy with you, he believes his own fiction, his own stories, his own promises, and his own rendition of reality, something known as paracosm. So yes, the narcissist is highly manipulative within the shared fantasy, but he is in it with you. He is as committed to the shared fantasy, as credulous, as naive as you are, actually. And when he lures you in, he is luring himself back in as well. It's a joint enterprise. That is not the case with the psychopath. The psychopath never loses sight of reality. The psychopath knows very well when he's lying to you, when he's manipulating you, when he's deceiving you. The psychopath is after your money, your sex, your something. The psychopath is after something. The narcissist needs narcissistic supply, and he needs a good mother within a shared fantasy. End of story, basically. And so we tend to confuse narcissism with psychopathy and narcissism with borderline. And there's a good reason for that: comorbidity. In other words, many people are diagnosed with all three: borderline, psychopathy, and narcissism. There's actually a variant of narcissism known as malignant narcissism.
Mhm.
Malignant narcissism is a confluence, a delectable confluence of narcissism, psychopathy, and sadism.